What up, fellas?
What up? What up?
We're back at it. Out here, chewing the fat. It's just us this week.
Just the fellas.
We were bouncing around a couple ideas of like who we could have on the podcast this week. One of our ideas we had, just timing didn't work out. And we were like, let's just go back at it with us three.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure there's a lot to talk about. We didn't get to talk about a lot of stupid crap last week, which was great. I hope y'all liked last week because we had a blast.
Yeah, Jimmy was real good.
Yeah. So yesterday, also we have video.
Maybe.
Shouldn't have said that probably.
No,
Because if it doesn't work out, we're trying something.
Yep.
But so if it doesn't work out, know that by next week we will.
Mm-hmm.
But if it does, you see my sushi. Listen, this is one of the things I wanted to touch on.
They can see you.
It's like, what's so funny?
Nothing, bro. Let's just keep it rolling.
All right.
One
of the things I wanted to talk about, like, that I found out the other day that I'm about to put y'all on. Y'all know Rouse's?
Mm-mm.
Like the grocery store?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
I don't know what you're
They're
talking
all
about.
over Mobile. They're everywhere.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I've seen
You can hit it up. You got to hit it up.
Okay.
They have a sushi thing like Publix, but there's a little guy in like a karate outfit, like making the sushi for you. Like, he makes it. You can order it to make, or he has some that he's making that are already set out.
Right.
But they do bowls, like almost like sushi bowls. So it's rice, ahi tuna, avocado, pineapple, little yum sauce, couple chia seeds or whatever, sesame seeds, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Dude, that stuff is legit. I was thinking about it because I wanted some sushi.
Yeah, I'm not a big sushi guy, though.
I love sushi.
Dude, you would love that bowl. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's a lot of food, too. It's really, really good. I had it the other day, and I was like, dang, this is like the new thing. Putting y'all on.
Yeah,
Had to try it.
You're not a big sushi guy?
yeah. I don't really eat sushi ever. I think I ate sushi one time it was on Jonas's birthday. Shout out Jonas. It was on his birthday. And we went to like some like sushi restaurant.
Yeah, like started with an M.
Yeah, something like that.
In Colombia?
Yeah, in Colombia, beside the AMC movie theater. And beside Dick's Sporting Goods. So, but it was, I don't like the fact that I'm eating raw fish, so I went with something like real fried. I think it was like called a spider roll.
Yeah.
Pretty gas. It was pretty gas.
See, I love sushi, but I prefer like good quality, like sushi grade fish, like some ahi tuna. Like there's ahi on the top of this. I would rather just eat that, like with a little bit of sauce.
The tuna?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I'd rather the rice and everything's a bonus. I'd rather
What's
just
like
eat that.
what's on the inside of that?
Some like imitation crab, little avocado, and a little bit of the like lettuce and like the little like
Right.
looks like coleslaw almost.
The wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously you have the wrap and the rice. This one is the exact
like
same thing. It's just got like it's just got like this crunchy stuff on top. Not a big fan of it.
Yeah.
But it's got like teriyaki sauce in that. So yeah.
Word.
It's pretty good though. It's from Publix. So if you don't eat if you like sushi and you're not going to Publix to get sushi, you're doing it wrong. Because on Wednesdays it's like $5.
Really the only time I would get
It's a
sushi.
Monday, but I still.
I had this little splurge.
Yeah, I was feeling it. But we posted on Instagram yesterday to let y'all know that we were going to be recording an episode today. We decided to ask if y'all, like, shoot us some questions type thing.
Yeah.
It looks like multiple questions rolled in. So we're gonna kind of go to some of the ones that were more like easy to answer, and then there's some that could probably be a little rabbit trail.
Okay.
So Destiny Casto.
Shout out.
Asked what our favorite holiday was. And Cohen, I think we touched on this a little bit during
Yeah.
Jiggy's, huh?
Yeah.
But I remember you saying you're a Christmas guy. Is that right?
Yeah, I like Christmas.
Or was I wrong about that? We were talking about Christmas movies. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think, honestly, my favorite holiday would be Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Let me hear it.
Yeah, I was about to just tell you to make sure that mic's
Yes.
a little closer. Yeah,
That's
I
my
got you.
fault.
Yeah, you're good. My favorite holiday, it's hard to beat Christmas, but Thanksgiving is,
Yeah.
it's a hot take, I feel like, 'cause Thanksgiving's like, you got the people that are Christmas crazy that are like, let's just skip Thanksgiving, go to Christmas, and you're like, I'm a firm believer in decorating after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But it's the day after,
Yeah.
but it's still like Thanksgiving, then Christmas, you know? You got to
Mhm.
honor
Yeah, you can't-
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you can't, and that's like fall too. You can't. You don't
Yeah.
want to just like go from summer to
Right,
winter.
right.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say Thanksgiving's my favorite,
yeah.
but I don't think it should be completely ignored. It's like the pregame.
Yeah, you're
It's pregame and
it's
Christmas.
pre-gaming Christmas.
You're essentially getting similar food,
Yeah.
just a lot less rosemary.
Yeah. yeah.
Not, you even get cranberry sauce.
Yeah, you
It's
get
like we're
you
dang
get
near going
cranberry
Christmas.
sauce, turkey, ham. I mean, I guess ham's more of a Christmas, like it's optional.
We
I feel
do
like
both. We're
I
at
do.
both.
I do both
See,
too.
typically what we do, most of my family coming from like South Louisiana, one of them's going to be Cajun. So either Christmas or Thanksgiving's
That
going to be
sounds
your
good.
jambalaya,
Yeah.
your gumbos, your beans and rice.
Mm.
Somebody's doing boudin. Like we're
Boudin's gas.
Boudin is gas. So one of our, like, it's either going to be, a lot of times, we go more all out for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, same.
And then the Christmas meal's a lot more laid back.
Yeah, 100%.
Because there's so many Christmas functions.
True.
You're going to be at this grandparents, and then this grandparents, and then you're probably they're both going to come to your house on Christmas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
we normally go more all out on Thanksgiving because it's a one. Like
Yeah.
You got the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not having many Thanksgiving functions.
Right, yeah. You're max two.
Yeah.
Max two.
Yeah.
Right.
You're
Maybe
going
you
to
pop
like
in, but yeah.
yeah. You're going to like a Friendsgiving, but at that point you got Cohen bringing canned corn, as a side. Nothing wrong with canned corn.
I didn't-
Cohen's, yeah.
When did I bring canned corn?
You didn't. You brought green beans.
And while we're on this,
I was confused.
I'm big on, this is a little could be the move segment.
yeah.
Could be the move for me is whenever you get the group chat that there's a potluck,
Mhm.
be the first cat to respond and call dibs on drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Now-
talked about it a little bit.
Some people have their role. Like if Sydney did that, I'd get shout out.
Shout
I'd
out.
get pissed because
Yeah.
Sydney, you're bringing Sydney swirlies,
Yeah.
and Noah, you're
You're
bringing
bringing jalapeno poppers.
Shout out.
So
Shout
you
out
can't-
Noah.
But I don't have anything I'm famous for. I brought
Yeah.
Right.
boudin. It scared people.
I love boudin.
Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
most people that tried it were fired up.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm gonna call dibs on drinks. I'm gonna swing by the Walmart. I'm gonna grab a couple jugs of Milos and call it a day.
Can't beat it.
You can't beat Milos. If you go to a function like that and there's no Milos,
Leave.
I'm not even a big sweet tea guy.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm eating a little potluck, I'm gonna
Yeah,
pour me up
for
some
sure.
sweet tea.
Big sweet tea guy.
Cohen
Big
knows.
Arnold Palmer guy.
Arnold Palmer's my favorite.
John Daly?
Bro. My favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fire. All right, so I think your Thanksgiving one, Christmas two.
I like Christmas.
I'm Christmas one, Thanksgiving two.
Yeah.
Now, some summer holidays can get fire too. Like 4th of July can be fire.
Yeah, 4th of July can be fire.
So,
That's if you got like, I feel like 4th of July is
Yeah.
very like based on who's at your function or
And where
what
it's,
function.
Where it's at.
Where's your function?
where's the function?
Who's gonna be at the? It's a lot
Is
of
there
limiting.
water involved? If there's not
Yeah.
water involved, and then you're just standing in a
Or
backyard by a
fireworks.
fire pit, you're
Yeah.
like, or I mean a
Yeah.
barbecue grill.
Yeah,
That gets a little hot.
yeah, for
No
sure.
doubt.
Yeah, and like Covington, like they did the like fireworks show or whatever.
Yeah,
That was kind of sick. But
fireworks shows are sick. I prefer doing them myself.
Yeah.
They might not be as impressive,
Yeah.
but you went down to
I like-
Joe's Fireworks
Yeah.
and you bought a bunch that have like guns on them. I don't know if we're even allowed to say the word. But
Yeah. I think we're far enough. I think it's just like in
we're
a
not
certain
big enough yet.
No, it's like a certain amount of time, I think.
Oh,
But I think we should probably limit it to a couple times.
just
probably.
saying the G word a couple times an episode.
Yeah.
So that dude, it gets really it gets militant on those firework packages.
Dude, I was in Chicago for July, like 4th of July this year. Wicked. Just so y'all know, it's illegal to have fireworks, I think, in the whole state of Illinois. So you have to go to Indiana to get yours if you're going to like an actual like store. But just know, we had fireworks. You know, not gonna say where we got them at, how we got them.
I don't think.
I don't even think we had fireworks.
Really. Let's give me the rundown if you can.
I can't. I legit don't think it was. It might have to be like a bonus episode, maybe in a couple of weeks.
Are we gonna do a
visit.
Patreon? People gonna start.
Yeah,
paying to listen?
Patreon. We should, bro, because then I
Hey.
could talk about it.
We're going. Y'all let us know if we did a Patreon type deal.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be expensive.
Like $2.
$2 a month. Isn't that how you do it?
I think the minimum is like $5.
No, but I'm saying it's by the month.
Right. Yeah. By the month.
Maybe $4.99 a month.
Mm-hmm.
I know you all can swing $4.99 a month.
Yeah.
That's how much you
100%.
spent at the Circle K this morning on Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can do it.
Shout out Ethan. Shout out Ashlyn.
Ashlyn. She always
Ashlyn.
getting them Alanes.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, y'all can spend $4.99 to listen to us tell, because that will be the uncensored,
Uncensored.
like not vulgar language.
No, Mom.
I mean, we might
Yeah,
cuss a
we-
little.
I'm not gonna
See what
cuss, Mom.
happens.
Johan, you cuss more than all of us.
Yeah.
But
we can't.
but we'll tell some stories. I might tell you about the guy that bagged my groceries at Publix today, because that
Wicked.
one was wild.
Let's
We
just
might tell
say
you the fireworks story.
fireworks stories. Wicked.
We'll just listen.
Just
It's just we're just saying, if people'd be interested, we could do a Patreon situation.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But anyways, so 4th of July is good.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving and Christmas are still up there.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
What's the worst holiday though? That's a hard one.
I feel like as I'm getting older, Halloween is drastically getting worse.
Yes,
To
100%.
the point
Yeah.
where it's like, ma'am, I didn't really like.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. That's not because I'm like one of those lame kids that doesn't
Right,
dress
right.
up. Like I wore something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I had fun, but I'm just saying, like, going from house to house getting Hershey
Mhm.
bars
Mm-hmm.
is getting a little boring.
Yeah.
And especially their mini Hershey bars.
Right.
Yeah.
We went to Tom's old neighborhood this year, handing out. There was a couple of houses handed out full candy bars, but that's once in a blue moon type situation.
Yeah, and you know
for
the
sure.
house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know which one's gonna give them out. You hit it up, get out of there. You
Yeah.
know.
Which is good.
Yeah.
It has its place.
Mm-hmm.
It does. It feels a little crammed. I feel like they could get Halloween more in September, which September we still, like, we're not going to put it on the 11th. Like, we're going to let
Right,
it
right.
have it. The 11th will have it.
right. 11th is
Like
gotta
September, I know it's a like,
have. 11th has its like
but I'm
week
saying
basically.
September is a little September's a little bland.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah,
And I
September's a
think
little
what's-
bland.
And August
August.
doesn't have
All you
much-
have is Jonas's
You only
birthday.
have Jonas's birthday.
Yeah.
And July the 4th is at the beginning
Yeah.
of July,
Yeah.
which is dang near June.
True.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I mean, I got my birthday in September, but
yeah, but I'm saying, like, I'm talking for everyone to get together.
Yeah.
You've got
Yeah.
all of July, all of August,
Mhm.
all of
Yeah.
September.
I guess.
But here's the
that's
thing.
'cause, like
Here's the thing.
that's when
Summer
school starts
months.
back too.
Summer months. You don't need
don't
need
need-
those.
Right,
You don't need
for
a holiday.
sure.
You're just with like You're with the
It's a holiday.
boys. Yeah, summer's a holiday. Ooh, hot take. Summer's a holiday.
Could be the move.
Could be the
you get
move.
off school like a holiday.
Mm-hmm. For extended, they're shortening it nowadays. That's a ripoff to those youngins.
Yeah, but I'm liking how I'm kind of liking the shorter summer, more breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Split it up.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but I guess before we move on past the holiday thing, maybe let's bump Halloween back. Let's get Halloween in September.
Yeah, let's bump Halloween
Because
in
we've got
September.
October, November, December are the 3 major holidays, and they're hammering you.
Yeah. yeah.
Like it's like you thought you were over with Halloween. When Halloween gets through,
It's like
And
the alcoholics are hungover for 3 months in a
I'm
row.
serious. These college kids can't handle Halloween
No, they can't.
and
They
blackout and going home and what is it? It's called like Blackout Thursday.
I don't know. Like
Blackout Wednesday is what they call it, where you go back home from college and they all go out to the bars, and then Thursday's like the worst. Like
Yeah, you're
Thursday
the worst
of
day.
Thanksgiving's
Yeah.
like miserable.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, so I think we need to give them a break and let's get Halloween in September.
Yep.
So that we don't. It's a little. The rest of the year is a little slow.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
So
And we've been beating around the bush. Halloween's trash. So
Yeah.
it's not great. So I think we
So-
have our. I'm going Christmas, Thanksgiving. You're going Christmas, Thanksgiving.
I think I'm gonna go. Christmas, Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's like it's 1A, 1B for me.
Okay.
So
I got Thanksgiving, Christmas probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so.
solid.
So hopefully that's what y'all wanted to hear on that. Another one from. You know what? We got 2 more from Aunt Des.
we'll come back.
I want to hit
We'll
one of them real
rotate.
quick because it's
Okay.
another short one,
Okay.
and then we're gonna circle back
Okay.
to a couple of these that could really be a runaround. If you could choose a superpower, what would it be?
All right. I guess I'm probably gonna have to go with. Dang. Probably just typical super speed. Probably.
Yeah.
I feel like that's pretty dope.
What about you?
I'd want to be able to fly.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, I think super speed would be cool,
Mm-hmm.
but you could be fast as crap in the air.
Yeah, and you can see a lot more.
Yeah, but I, as a slower guy my whole life, I feel like
Yeah.
I just need to experience it
It
one
would
time.
be good. I'd go back and play high school football with
Yeah,
it.
yeah, 100%.
But I'm
Like, that's a good point. You could. There's so many things you could do with super speed, like sports wise.
I feel like they'd outlaw flying if you could do it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you were just fast and you kind of knew how to hide it a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like,
know,
kind
like
of
you-
like Dash and Incredibles.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
fast as crap, but you don't let your full
Yeah.
oh my god, he's gone speed
Yeah.
come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get those are it's either super speed or flying for sure.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
I just wanted to touch on that one.
Yep.
That one was pretty quick.
Alright.
So
Let's see.
I think there's a couple I want to touch on that are pretty oh, your girlfriend, shout out.
No, that's different.
Not her?
chick. Not her.
I didn't read it.
No,
I just saw she messaged us.
No, that's
different.
different Caitlin.
Well, it wasn't like I assumed.
Right.
It's a
right.
Caitlin.
I understand
It's
I
a
understand.
Caitlin.
Yep.
Caitlin. I don't know who. Do we know?
I don't know her, but shout out.
Her.
We won't.
Yeah,
say her
I'm not.
full name.
Your picture is not in your profile, but
That's
you have
okay.
hashtag Homestead. So
Shout out. If you
You
want an
said-
autograph,
yeah,
we're
Yeah,
here.
we're
here
doing
every
it.
Friday.
And if you have a way to get in touch with Saratoga, let us
Yeah.
know. She asked how often are we planning on releasing episodes, which is a great question. We've been doing every Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're gonna try to stick to. But like we said earlier, we're trying to start doing video.
Mm-hmm.
So right now it's just gonna be one. If we do get video to you this week, it will be one camera angle.
Mm-hmm.
If we start doing multiple camera angles, we might have to go to bi-weekly just for the sake of Tay, so that he
Yeah.
doesn't have to work on a whole
shout
lot.
out T
Shout out
Ford.
T
Shout
Ford.
out T Ford.
Shout out. Got my own mic now.
He's in here.
The budget.
Sure.
The budgets went up.
Yeah,
We're here.
I'm
We're
in the
doing
game.
things.
Yeah.
We're doing things. So we're typically recording some point over the weekend into the early week, and then
Yeah.
we're trying to get videos to you on Wednesdays. Right now, that's every Wednesday, and we hope we get to do it every Wednesday because it hasn't really been an inconvenience to any of us, I don't
Right.
think. So that's been that's been going good. So I thought it was your girlfriend. That's on
No.
me.
No, it's all
My
good.
fault, Caitlin.
Yeah.
You know me. You know
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah.
We don't have beef. But my girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
shout out Maddie.
Shout out Maddie.
She asked a question. She asked 2 questions. So the first one's for me and you, Johan.
Okay.
What's our favorite South Carolina memory?
There's a lot.
There's a lot of
There's
South
a whole
Carolina
lot.
memories. I would say, as a whole, if we're just going quick answer, I would say sports at King.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm. Like that's just like general memories, just like
or maybe
sports.
no. I'm gonna completely scratch that. I
Okay.
would say the always stay strapped group.
The
Me, you, and
always-
Jonas. I
yeah.
would say if you're gonna just like, what's your favorite memories? They're all gonna include me, you, and Jonas.
Yeah.
Drake will get sprinkled in. Judah will get sprinkled
Mm-hmm.
in.
There's a couple other
A
people.
couple other cats will
May
get
they
sprinkled
rest
in,
in
but it's
peace.
always there's a consistent there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then more specifically inside of that, maybe I would say just King in
Yeah.
general.
Mm-hmm.
But then just, dude, we did some crazy stuff.
There
Our
was-
airsoft fours were
Legendary.
to write home about.
Yeah.
Right
Ooh.
before we left, we did that photo shoot
Dude, I found those
at, like,
pictures
in the
other
middle of the night.
Yeah, it was probably like 10 o'clock. Our parents didn't know we were out that late.
Back
But-
then, that was weird.
Yeah.
But we were balling though.
Yeah. Elijah had that was when you got the F-150 like right before you left because you
Yeah.
didn't want to have the Jeep.
Yeah,
I was still sad about that.
yeah. The Jeep was iconic.
Yeah.
So we had some really good memories though playing that year. That year playing baseball, like our
Mhm.
year back after COVID,
Yeah, that was fire.
where Bill was there, Drake was there at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So we were
All the fellas were there.
all the fellas were there, and
Yeah.
me and Johan didn't play a whole
No,
lot.
we didn't play. I don't think I played a single varsity like
Play.
game. Yeah.
I was in a little bit.
Yeah, you were
I
in,
got
like-
in a little bit,
yeah.
but it was never anything special.
Yeah.
I mean, we had in our little town to have someone get drafted off your high school team
Mm-hmm.
is pretty solid. So we
Yeah.
had
We were the best team.
yeah,
Ever.
for sure. So we didn't get to play because of that, because
Yeah.
like obviously our team was pretty solid.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was definitely some good memories. We definitely could get
We could get deep.
we could
in-
get deep into
into
that,
this.
or we could even get Jonas on an episode if we try to link together. Maybe us 3 go there, we get him here,
Something like that.
do something like that, and we could really deep dive into that a little more.
Yeah.
But then she asked us 3. It was a
Okay.
great question, by the way. Thank you, babe. Us 3, what, like, you're going to the movies, like drink and snack.
Mm-hmm.
What's to go to? And I want to hear this from you, Cohen, because I feel like this could be good.
Mm-hmm.
Movie? I mean, obviously you got to get popcorn. Going to the movies.
I disagree,
Really?
but you can keep going.
Well, what do you think?
I'm not a big popcorn fan.
Yeah.
I think
Uh,
if you're going to for me,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm going and I'm looking at all that, I'm not getting popcorn, but I get that that's the common
Yeah.
denominator.
I mean, I keep simple popcorn in like a soda or something, nothing.
What kind of soda?
Probably like a Coke or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I was about
Yeah,
to
I'm
say.
not typically a Coke guy, but I'll go like Coke or
Mhm.
even DC. I'll go Diet Coke at the
Mhm.
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I go like the kids meal. It comes with popcorn, gummies,
Yep.
and a Slurpee.
I was trying to think.
Or a
I couldn't
slushy,
remember what
whatever
it
the
was,
term is.
Kids meal.
Gas. All right, that's the best thing you could get.
Mhm.
Best bang for your buck.
Let me chime in real quick. Coming in on the pod.
T Ford.
So here's the thing. The way I feel about theater is, so I usually go once a month on Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
'Cause shout out across the bay, AMC and Premiere both have half off. So, for example, you go to AMC, you're a Stubbs Rewards member, you can get in a movie for $7. Because movie theater is crazy expensive. Now.
Right.
Like you get a ticket, you take 2 people, it's over $20.
Yeah.
And you hadn't even got a thing of popcorn, candy, nothing.
Right.
That's
Right.
another $12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're talking about a $40 night just at the movies, no dinner.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you on those Tuesdays, you get half off. Premiere is $5. Now, when I go in, I never used to be this guy, but I stop at the Dollar Tree beforehand.
Hey, come on.
Dollar Tree beforehand.
Yeah.
Then this is my theater snack every single time, period. Reese's Pieces
Good.
and a cherry Coke.
All right.
So that's it, like, and
That's a good
I'm with
combo.
Cohen in the sense of if I'm with someone who has popcorn, I will eat
Oh,
some.
yeah. So I'm
But
there.
I'm
with
not getting popcorn myself.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Reese's Pieces, $1 at the dollar store. You pay for the $4 or $5 for the drink, but then you get in. You're like, dude, I'm all in, $10, and I'm in.
Yeah.
No,
Nice.
I'm there with you. I'll stop for sure. I would go Reese's Pieces for sure. I have done that many times. I'm not a Reese's Cup fan. I don't know. I used to like them. I just don't like them anymore. I like the Aldi ones, like the off-brand ones. Those are solid.
Those are so good.
Yeah, but I'd go Reese's Pieces, and I'd go some sort of cola. Like I would go like a Coke, a Pepsi, a
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper. And normally that's not my vein. Like I'm not
Pause.
going to the gas station.
Bro.
I'm not. I'm not going.
No, go ahead.
I'm not going to the gas station and getting Coke normally.
Right. Yeah.
If I'm going soda at the gas station, I'm probably going Dew or something with a little more caffeine
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah. I
than
agree.
that. So I think what are you like? What are you thinking?
What?
Like for
He
your
said the kids' meal.
Yeah, I
thing.
said I
oh
was
my
the kids'
fault.
meal.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's a
Get
that could be
gummies.
the move.
Gummies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gummies are a game changer. I'm a big gummy guy.
Me too.
No, I'm with you there. So that was some good questions on that, and then I just want to make sure we're not. Okay, so Sarah Shira said, "What's the
Shout
funniest
out.
story you got, or top 3 funniest things you've done?" That's gonna take forever,
Yeah.
I don't.
and we're never gonna decide on a funniest story. But
Yeah.
I will tell you, this weekend I was in Biloxi for a volleyball tournament with Maddie for her sister's game. And I discovered one of my new favorite things to do, which will involve me going to more volleyball tournaments. Now, typically at these tournaments, I'll paint you a picture. It's about 20 courts being played at once inside of this massive building. So there's balls they're going everywhere. It's very rare for someone to get
Johan.
I'll go, you know what? I'll go hand in the air on that one.
You just got to own it.
That's on me.
Yeah.
I'll go. You know what? As the fine fellows over at Bob Does Sports say, hand above the head. That one's on me.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing to be like, hey guys, that's my bad. If you go below the head, if you go above this, that one's on me, fellas.
All glory to God.
All glory to God. There's volleyballs flying everywhere. And for you to get hit in the head is pretty rare, but
Yeah.
it's a fear that is placed in every one of these spectators, especially as you're walking. Because if you're watching your court, you kind of know what's coming. Right. If you're walking in between the courts, you don't know what's going. Dude, you might get a Spalding right to the back of the dome piece. So I had found that when a ball's come, like when it's about to hit someone in the head, another person will stop it. Or, there'll be a good Samaritan.
Yeah.
I found it quite humorous to pretend that a ball was about to hit someone
Yeah.
and watch them duck.
That's good.
It would. I wish there was video of how many times I terrorized these poor individuals.
Yeah.
Where we'd be walking at each other and I would do this, and grown men would bury their head in between their legs
That's so funny.
in fear that a Spalding was about to, or, a striped Wilson was about to get him in the back of the cat piece.
Yeah, they come in at some high velocities for
They're
sure.
coming at, sort of. But anyways, it's funny to watch people. I got a couple people pretty good.
Yeah.
I got one guy pretty good, and that was the last one I did because he about fell. That was on a fart, by the way.
Okay.
It was monsooning outside this morning before school, and my Yeezys got soaked.
Mm-hmm.
So I just, you hear it?
Yeah, I got a little crunchy.
They're a
to 'em.
little soggy down there at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the funniest thing I've done recently.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think.
Yeah,
I think the
know.
funniest thing I've done recently is just like the conversation. I was dying laughing. Me, Cohen, Landon, Townsend, shout out. Brick Revel, shout out. Went fishing on Friday morning. And the conversation we had on the way to the pond had me dying. What the conversation entails, probably can't share on this family-friendly podcast.
Patreon.
Yeah,
you might
but
watch
it was we were definitely having a good time. Pause.
Yeah.
No
I
kidding.
think a lot of the times,
I laugh a lot around Bryson Landon.
Mm-hmm.
Johan.
Yeah. Things have
For
been
sure.
dude, a lot of funny stuff's been happening. I'm just trying to think of like
Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint. We're
Yeah.
funny people.
Mhm.
We're funny.
one
guys.
of my funniest stories is I have a dislocated toe to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
This is probably we'll tell this one, and this is probably going to answer your question, Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
So my boy Johan here was taking a leak off of our porch at our guest house,
Mm-hmm.
and
This is in South Carolina.
this
by
is
the
in
way.
South Carolina.
So this was minimum.
Minimum 4 years
Yeah.
ago. Probably right. It was 2021.
Yeah.
So we're at 4 years ago. Johan's peeing off the porch, and it's late at night, and I'm trying to spook him.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm painting the picture here, the porch was sort of like unlevel.
Mhm.
So one end of the porch was about a 4-foot drop, and the other end was even with the ground.
Yeah.
And at that 4-foot drop side, there was like a wraparound garden that was raised to about 4 or 5 feet.
Yeah.
And I was running at this raised garden because I knew if I could get up there, then I could walk across that to where it connected to the porch, and I'd be able to spook him.
Yeah.
So I'm running, and it's dark. I'm trying not to use a light because I want to get him. And I jump, and my left foot completely clears it. And I'm like, heck yeah. Right foot, bang. Just absolutely hits the brick wall
Oh, no.
at a pretty slow speed. I wasn't a quick one,
No.
but it was enough to dislocate my toe.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I believe I set it back into place, but it was like I don't think I didn't do it right, and I never went to a doctor about it.
Yeah.
But I had crutches at the house, and I had a little boot that would keep it from moving. And so, I didn't know if it was broke or not. So I was like, I'm gonna ride this out for about a week, and we'll see. So I crutched around a little bit. You remember this?
Yeah, I remember.
Finally, I was done with it.
Yeah. We weren't pulling a person who we will not name that went to our high school that wore crutches probably every other week.
We weren't doing that.
No.
I actually needed them.
Yeah.
But to the point where I got tired of using them,
Mm-hmm.
so I just started walking on it. And that toe is still dislocated to this day.
Yeah.
It's not painful,
I didn't even know that.
and I don't think it's like dislocated.
No, it's
I just don't think
funky
it's where
looking.
it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And you weren't able to scare Johan?
No, you
No,
could.
it turned into more of like,
Yelling?
It turned into like Elijah like in a fetal position, and we were just making sure he was all good.
yeah. So
And then we got inside the guest house. We called his parents. We're like, and Elijah's like, I think I broke my toe. And then me and Jonas had to spin out of there. Ended up spending that at Jonas's.
they ended up leaving because I thought I was going to go to the
Yeah, yeah.
emergency room.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. But he's all good.
It was a pretty sucky situation, but
There's definitely been a couple of situations where one of us have gotten injured like that, and yeah.
but yeah. You got any crazy funny stories?
I mean, I don't know. I can't really like think of any like PG.
That's crazy.
No, I don't know. It's like, I guess most recent would be like what he said on the way to the fishing.
Yeah.
Shout out going fishing with Bryce past like 4 days in a row, catching some bass.
Tiny bass,
Yep.
but
No, one was almost 3 pounds.
almost.
Decent.
Heck yeah. That's awesome.
I feel like we need to go ahead and tell the people why we both have the same hat. Cowboy hat. Shout out.
Let's take a little second to talk about this while we're kind of like in a little dry period here. We are proud to say, you probably, if you saw us on our Instagram, that's awesome. But some of y'all aren't on Instagram. You're probably going to be watching this on YouTube or Spotify or Apple, which, by the way, thank y'all for listening. They're doing a lot better than we expected. But we have a bit of a sponsorship, a little ambassador situation,
Yes, sir.
with the brand Cowboy Revolution. This is the brand that you see a lot of people wearing. It says Cowboy Hat on the hat. That's their main line of stuff. They've got a bunch of different stuff: T-shirts, tumblers, long sleeves, hoodies, stickers. Most importantly for us, hats.
Yeah.
We didn't even have to buy their product. We already owned it.
Yeah, I had this hat. I had gotten it a while back.
He's had that hat for a minute.
Mm.
We had a couple hats at the house as a fam. I bought this hat when we got it just to like show some love. But so you can use the code Chewin The Fat 15. It's in our bio on our Instagram if you need to actually get the code.
Yeah.
But that gets you 15% off of everything on their website. Your entire order will be 15% off.
Yep.
Which we're just super fired up to get to do this with them. And they're a really cool brand. Like I said, we already own their stuff.
Well, what's really cool about their stuff is it's very high quality.
Yeah.
Like you're not getting a $10 hat, you know what I'm saying, from Walmart.
For
like
sure.
it's legit.
Yeah.
All of their website's laid out really well. And when you do enter that code, make sure it's CHEWIN, no G.
No
So
G.
Chewin The Fat 15% off your whole order, which is crazy. There's so much cool stuff. I was looking at it last night. So much cool stuff on the website, and like that helps them, helps us, and it helps you, people who buy it. And otherwise, it wouldn't be a discounted product.
Sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yes. That's what he said is so true. Me and Cohen, and especially Johan too, Tay too, we're all big hat guys.
Yep.
And we're not gonna we're not gonna promote this product just because there is something in it for us.
Right.
We actually like these hats. We would not wear a hat we didn't like, period. We're very picky about our hats.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Go to cowboyrevolution.com, use code Chewin The Fat 15. Again, that's Chewin no G The Fat 15 for 15% off your entire order. And if you end up buying anything with our code, make sure to tag Cowboy Revolution, tag Chewin The Fat, tag Elijah Thompson, Johan Salinas, and Cohen Potts on our Instagrams.
Yep.
We love to see what y'all ended up picking up with our code. So
I was going to say the cool thing is even to your point, like we want to bring products to people that we actually enjoy and like.
no doubt.
This is not about like making money. This is not about just getting sponsorships. Like, cool if we do, but
sure.
it's more so to me. It's like, hey man, this is an awesome product. We want to tell you about it. So if we bring it out, we support it. We love it. We believe in what they do.
Yeah, I mean, we do that with products literally every video that, like, we get nothing from. I get nothing from Saratoga water. I get nothing from telling you about Rouse's sushi bowls. I get nothing from telling you to go to the QT and buy a grilled cheese. This is literally just y'all watching us talk about our lives, and we talk to you about good stuff. Because we like good stuff. And
Sure.
Cowboy Revolution has good stuff. So, my dad has some of their shirts. He loves their shirts. Their cups are cool. Their stickers are cool. And their hats are just freaking awesome. A lot of rope hats. A lot of, they got some more of like the brim a little bigger with like the more like fishing material hats. Like they got some of that stuff on there.
They have all kinds of different
Yeah.
designs.
So
styles.
they're a really cool brand, and they're growing as well as we're growing. But we're just happy to be, one of the people that gets to be an ambassador for them. So make sure if you need that code, if you need exactly that code, it's on our Instagram and our bio. But it's Chewin The Fat and OG 15 for 15% off your order.
Yep.
So you
And
got something over there?
I do. My dad just texted me and goes, live question. I guess he just knew when we were in recording. He said, so he's got two. He goes, who's winning the World Series? Dad, for people who don't know, my dad's the biggest baseball fan you'll ever meet in your life. We're diehard White Sox.
Woo.
Shout out. Worst team in the history of baseball last year. That's not a joke. We lost
It was
the most
actually
games.
the worst
Yep.
team in the history of baseball last year. Like, genuinely.
So his two questions are, who's winning the World Series, and will the Sox be over and under 500 at the end of the season? I guess I'll just take...
Yeah, you're more of a... you
Yeah.
know more... I don't watch a whole lot of baseball
Right.
anyways, but
Yeah.
I definitely don't keep up with the Sox.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody does. Nobody does, really.
Yeah, take it away, Johan.
World Series, it's hard to not look at the Dodgers, and they're
But no, there's
No
a lot
joke.
of money there.
probably over $1 billion roster and say that they're going to not win it this year.
I think probably is not even fair when you have
Yeah.
a $700 million player on the team.
Yeah, you're right.
That means there's
It's-
only 300 million. I mean, that's,
Yeah, no, that's Freddie Freeman alone is probably 300, or Mookie Betts too. There's just a lot of good players on the Dodgers. It's really not fair. There should be a salary cap in baseball. It's another discussion for another day. But I think I'm going with I'm probably going Dodgers right now. I didn't really have time to think about it since it was a live question. Probably Dodgers. I mean, you got the top teams who are always going to be at the top. Dodgers, Yankees, those type of teams. The
the
Mets.
Yankees seem like it's hard to tell, but
Yeah, they got a lot of injuries though.
yeah,
I know you said you don't keep up with baseball much, so like you probably didn't know, but like they got a lot of like pitcher injuries. Stanton, Stanton. Yeah, he's injured though. He has like I forget what they called it, but like both of his elbows are like messed up horribly, and he hasn't played like all of spring training, so he probably won't be good. But I feel like Aaron Judge, Jazz Chisholm, Volpe probably could carry them to the top of their division.
it's really early to tell for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think it's probably Dodgers. Probably Dodgers win.
That's a good take.
Yep.
Dodgers right now, according to ESPN.com, is the overwhelming favorites.
Yeah. I mean, it's
like
not even close.
they're number one, and it's not even close. Next in line would be the Atlanta Braves.
Mm-hmm.
Then third would be Yankees. Fourth would be the Phillies, and 5 spot is held down by the Mets.
Yeah, I like the Phillies a lot. Phillies are probably my second favorite team, just because Bryce Harper, my
For
favorite player in baseball. He's so good. Probably should have. I mean, if he didn't get injured last year, he probably could have been MVP again.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm probably going Dodgers overwhelming favorite.
yeah.
Be the
I
World
think
Series champion.
is there? Can you try to see if we can see how much the Dodgers are spending? How much money? Like how much are they paying their players?
Well, it's a lot of their money is deferred, which means
Right.
like
For sure. I mean,
Shohei Ohtani's gonna get.
he's only taking $10 million.
Yeah,
if
he's
I'm-
gonna get paid like 20 years from
Yeah.
the Dodgers.
But
so.
I mean, we can
Yeah.
if we can do the math. We're saying he's getting 700 guaranteed.
So, I mean, just a quick Google, and I mean, these numbers are always kind of all over the place.
Right,
They're
right.
changing all the time. Current payroll allocations is $322.5 million.
yeah, yeah. So
That's this year.
Correct. Projected allocations is 327.
yeah, that's just because a lot of that money is deferred.
Right.
So Shohei Ohtani's gonna be getting paid his $700 million for like the
No
next
doubt.
10, 15,
Which
20 years.
I'll say I think is smart.
yeah,
It's
for
very
him.
smart.
I think
For
for
him.
him it's
Absolutely,
smart,
sure.
and I also think because they get to put a little more money in different places too.
Yeah. I mean, that's why he did it. That's why Shohei did it. He's not
Yeah.
trying to get $700 million and
He's
10
trying
years.
to get a win.
yeah, he's trying to win
He's trying to get a ring.
Yeah. But for the White Sox question, over under 500, Dad, I think I'm going to have to go under. We're terrible. we're so bad.
It's already there.
No, it's we're not terrible. We're not as bad as last year. Pitching is still pretty bad. We've had 6 pitchers go down with Tommy John this spring training. For people who don't know, spring training is a month long, and we've had 6 pitchers go down. That's an insane amount. Some teams probably don't even get 6 pitchers
I was about
going
to say
down
6
in a
pitchers.
year.
Really, 6 pitchers going down in half a season is detrimental to
Yeah,
to
and
a
we did it in
team.
spring training.
Wow.
But some of them are prospects, like our top prospect or like our top pitching prospect, Drew Thorpe. He went down with Tommy John, so he's going to be out all season. But we have like some bright spots, like Colson Montgomery could get caught up and could do good. Luis Robert could like have a bounce back year. We have just a couple young guys out there. Brooks Baldwin's pretty good. We have a lot of good young ball players.
Yeah.
So Braden Montgomery.
I was about
Yeah, he was the 12th pick this year, I think, or something like that by the Red Sox.
dog.
And we got him in a trade for our ace last year, Garrett Crochet. So he could be good.
This is a lot more fun of a question. Give me your dead last, just like season's just now getting rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Who's coming in dead last?
Dead last, probably.
The Saints? Are we going to find a way to get into the MLB and come dead last?
Yeah, probably you could.
Yeah.
The
Panthers. They're gonna
Panthers,
sneak
the Panthers, yeah.
Yeah.
The worst team in the MLB
Yeah.
is the Carolina Panthers, and
Yeah.
it's not even the right
The
sport.
Panthers shouldn't even be in the NFL. They should be in the XFL probably.
Yeah. Canadian.
Yeah, Canadian, the indoor football league or something. But
Arena football.
Shout
Yeah.
out Trent Lovejoy. Isn't he a Panthers fan?
Yeah.
Trent, we actually have a $2,000 bet that Bryce Young's going to win the MVP.
That's literally the safest bet in history.
yeah,
I
but
think
it's
there's-
over the
It's
course
not
of
even
his
close.
career, right? Or is it next?
No,
5
it's
years?
this year.
No, it's just
No,
here.
it's not.
Oh yeah,
It's this year. And to be fair, I would have taken it over the course of his career.
I would have taken over the course of his career too.
I'd rather, if Bryce Young wins MVP, I'll give Trent $2,000. I don't care.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to need him to remind me of the bet. Trent, you'll text me the bet.
Yeah.
I think if he doesn't, then Trent gives me $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
And if he does, I have to do something for him along the lines of maybe take him to a Panthers game.
Yeah.
It's something like that. But regardless, it's bad for him.
Yeah.
And it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would put all my eggs in the basket of Bryce Young doesn't win MVP.
I would bet if Prize Picks ever brought up a bet that was against, I would bet I'm talking about my life's
Yes, sir.
savings on the fact that he wouldn't win MVP next year.
There's no doubt
next
about it.
year is
Next
crazy.
year is crazy. Yeah.
Next year's crazy because I think you can disagree with me if you want, and I know you're more of a stats guy than I am, but I do watch a lot of football.
Yeah.
I think he's a good ball player.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
not bad.
I think he could have a super mediocre career.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even a little better than mediocre.
Listen, I think he's like a level above Jameis Winston is his ceiling.
Yeah.
And Jameis Winston's the type of guy that'll throw 50 touchdowns, 40 interceptions.
But thing with J-Mo is I don't think J-Mo's going to have I know it happened this season.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's going to be a number 1 spot guy.
Well, he just signed to the Giants.
Right.
So I think what they're going to do is probably start Jameis Winston, draft Shador Sanders or Cam Ward, whichever one of them's there. Draft those rookies. If it's going to be the classic scenario. Jameis Winston's going to start stinking it up, and then Shador Sanders or Cam Ward's going to come in there.
Yeah. I do think if Bryce was on the right squad, or even if the Panthers got it together, he could stay a 1 spot guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And I
agree.
think he could put together himself a good career. Now, to be fair, do I think he has the greatest job in the world? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not much is expected out of him. He's getting paid way too much money. His season ends a couple months before everyone else's does.
Yeah.
It's a good setup. Kids doing it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're talking about Jameis Winston, me personally, I think Johan would probably agree. I can't wait until his television
Yes.
career starts.
Yes.
Once
Yes.
he's done it,
Retire, James.
because every time they give him the mic, it's the funniest
It is.
thing I've ever heard in my life. And part of me used to go, this guy has to be like, he's got to be
Yeah.
kidding. And maybe sometimes he is, but there's a big part of me sometimes that goes, this is real in his heart, what he's saying
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
And it's the most ridiculous hot take, or it's a complete run-on sentence that makes no sense.
It's a run-on sentence about
No sense.
It's like an all glory to God story.
It really
but
is.
for
It
about
is.
5
For real.
minutes.
And I love God, and I don't want to hear him talk about God.
Yeah.
Like,
think-
I love Jesus, and I don't want to hear Jameis say, when's Jesus again?
Yeah.
I really don't.
want
Right.
I want J-Mo to realize that he's got a lot of money in that, and that he needs to quit playing football, and he needs to lean into that. And I hope he, whether it's good or bad for him, I hope he really like takes on the persona, and I hope he finds himself in front of a camera a lot,
Yeah.
because he's definitely
He
got.
could
something
do like
special
he could
there.
be a fire on field reporter. Like
Yeah.
That's
so
exactly what I was about. Like, sideline reporter?
Yeah.
Oh, it would be great. Because
Dude.
here's
good. Like
the thing.
mid game too.
Oh, it's great. Because let's be honest, most mid-game and really to some degree pre-game and post-game interviews are completely pointless.
Yeah.
Every coach, every player is basically saying the same regurgitated
Don't
statements.
want to be there.
And nobody cares. But mainly, my main gripe is mid-game reports.
Right,
like,
right.
I don't give a crap.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless it's somebody injured and they're telling me where they're at it,
Yeah.
or they're in the tent. Like, I get
Yeah.
that. But like, Jameis would be perfect like that because it would make me be fired up about an
Yeah.
interview I already
Right.
don't care about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be
What's
like,
her
God's
Ho-
working
what's her-
on
What's
this.
her name? Holly.
Yeah.
Holly. We know what I'm
Uh,
talking about. Holly. She's always doing the halftime interviews.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't know what her name is.
God's doing something really big.
Yeah, well, like I was just gonna say, like Jameis Winston would be out there mid game, and they'd be like, all right, Jameis, injury update on Caleb Williams, and Jameis Winston would be like,
5 seconds of him looking
Yeah.
at the camera.
he'd be like sitting here with a W,
Yeah.
and he'd be like,
That crustacean win.
yeah, he'd be like, God's doing something amazing in that blue tent. They're working on Caleb Williams' ankle right now, and then he'd regurgitate like, the Lord gives the
And
strongest
then he
battles
proceed to
his
give a
toughest
Sunday school
warriors.
story.
Yeah.
He's like a really bad televangelist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
side, like, you're like, you're equally not telling me anything
Yeah.
and giving me useless information at
for
the same
sure.
time.
They're like, J-Mo, how you feeling about today's game? He's like, Our Father, who art in heaven,
Yeah.
hallowed be thy name.
Yeah.
It's
really?
like, J-Mo, we asked you,
Like, he
we
never
asked
would
you,
answer
how are
their
you feeling
questions.
about their
He would just, like,
secondary?
Yeah.
It's
How are you
funny.
feeling about the secondary today, J-Mo?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you about my son. And it's
Yeah.
like, Jameis.
It's like there was no secondary against Goliath. It was, you know.
He said, let me tell you about the world's greatest secondary, Babylon.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, I don't know.
Let me tell you about the worst assistant coach ever, Jezebel.
No, dude.
Let me pivot really quick because I was thinking about this for a second. We're talking sports. What do you guys think about March Madness? 2 questions. So number 1, do you care about March Madness at all? Number 1, and number 2, if you do, or even if you don't, do you have a pick for the win for the
Okay.
championship?
I do care about March Madness. It's definitely not my favorite like sporting event of the year, but it's definitely up there. It's like probably, yeah, it's a fun little. Me and Cohen definitely have like a
Yeah.
game on like every time they're on. I'm throwing a March Madness game on, but yeah, I care about it. And then I didn't make a bracket this year. That was a fumble from me. Time
Mine
got
would have broken the first.
I feel like
Yeah,
I feel like I
either.
like I was watching videos on it and I'm like, dude, that is such a stupid pick. So I feel like I would have had a pretty good one if I did make one. But my pick is Duke. Duke's just so
See,
good.
that's kind of where I'm at. Cooper Flag.
He's so
Like,
good.
it's a strong squad, even though
Mhm.
Coach K has left. Like, there's still a strong coaching staff. Like,
100%.
there's so much there. What about you, Tom?
Dude, I really do like March Madness. I'm the type of guy with basketball. I get into it about this time of year. And I typically, to be fair, I don't get into the NBA till the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I football and golf are my main watching sports. So I'm not gonna give my take like I actually know what I'm talking about. So let me preface that before I get into it. I think it's almost like picking against the Dodgers. You could, there's a chance someone else is gonna pull it out, but Duke is clearly a solid team now.
Yeah.
Florida with the big win last night.
Yeah, Florida did. Yeah.
I was gonna say.
I think they're a pretty solid squad.
Yeah. I'm a Florida fan, so of course I got them going all the way, but I feel like we have a pretty decent chance.
I think Florida's squad is really good, and I think there's been so much bad press coverage since NIL deals became a thing.
100%.
And there's a lot of it that I do agree with, but one part that I do kind of like about it is it has shaken up the bracket.
Yeah.
Because now you got somebody like Alabama. You know, I'm not
Yeah.
Roll Tide, but it
Yeah.
is
Absolutely
interesting
right.
to see them in there
Right.
because
for
they're
sure.
normally a football squad.
Right.
You wouldn't see them, and they know they're not. They're not even going to the NIT,
Right,
let
right.
alone like dancing
Yeah.
in the Sweet 16, which they
Yeah.
are
Yes,
now.
sir.
So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it's cool to see.
Yeah, those
you know,
different
Ole Miss
teams.
getting in there. You know, Texas Tech becoming a thing again.
Right.
Arkansas. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
It's like where you would have, like, back in the day, like Marquette, Gonzaga, Duke, Kentucky, Carolina.
Yeah.
Like, those were, like, the ones you were like, all right, those are going to be good. Now you have, they had, like, 6 SEC teams or something like that.
Well, that's
in
what
the- in the bracket.
I'm just kind of like, I'm just looking over here to see if there was any games that we would want to hit on, and there is a lot of SEC squads, which I'm an LSU fan, but if we get to the end of college football and LSU is definitely not going to be there, I'm going to pull for an SEC team just to help the program out. Unless it's Alabama.
Right.
And then it's like I don't care.
Yeah.
Anyone
I dislike
but
Alabama so much.
Oh, I dislike them, and I see equally because I'm from North Carolina. I'm an
Yeah.
ACC
Right.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Now,
sure.
but because I'm a Tar Heel fan, I absolutely hate Duke.
Right.
But I do respect them, and I do respect Flag.
Yeah.
The game that I'm most interested in coming up on Thursday, I think this is going to be one of the best. Because, honestly, the rounds up until now have been kind of boring.
Yeah,
There's
it's kind
been
of predictable.
It's been very predictable, and there's been a couple like, okay,
Yeah.
that was close, but not
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
The biggest game coming up is the Auburn-Michigan game.
Yeah, that's gonna
I'm
be a good game.
really fired up because Michigan barely won their
Yeah.
last game. Auburn's on a run, so I think that's going to be a cool.
Yeah,
a cool game.
and to back to you too, Cohen. Y'all have Maryland, which is a 4.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty big game too.
Yeah.
Like y'all, I texted
looked
Johan this, and I'll say this publicly and I'll go hand completely in the air on this one.
Yeah.
I have Texas Tech going way further than you think they will.
Oh, you did.
I did
told
text
us.
you. I texted you this weeks ago.
I remember y'all talking about that.
I texted him this weeks ago. Now I texted him this the day that the bracket came out. So when we got seeding, now, to be fair, they're a 3 seed, so it's not like they're coming from the
Right.
coming from the back of the room,
Right.
but they're not who people are saying I got Tech taking it all.
Yeah.
So now they have I'm looking at it right now. They have Arkansas, and they're a pretty large favorite.
Yeah.
Against Arkansas.
has some dogs.
Arkansas
Yeah.
does have some good cats on their team, but I'm definitely with Che. I think the Auburn game is the one to really look out for.
That's
but,
Friday,
but
right?
That's Friday, and then
Yeah.
you have Tennessee, Kentucky.
Yeah,
It's
that'd
gonna
be
be
a
a
good
solid
one.
game.
Shout out Kentucky.
Ole Miss is surprising me. What?
No, I was
Shout out Kentucky.
Yeah.
I didn't have Ole Miss winning the other night.
No.
Who'd they play?
They played
Yeah.
North Carolina, right?
No, but they
Yeah.
just played. They played last night, didn't they?
I don't know.
Yeah, they played Iowa State last night.
Oh, that's right.
And Iowa State was a 3 seed, and they were a 6 seed.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I
Ole Miss
didn't-
got hot though.
They did
They
go out,
got
and they
hot.
won 91-78 last night. So I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't even really a close game.
But they've been like hot. They got on like a hot streak right before the March Madness. So I think it's most of these tournaments, like whoever gets hot, that's who you're
it's
looking
like
out
that
for.
with college baseball too,
Yeah.
which you know
College
that
base- yeah.
it's you've got teams like last year. I'm trying to think who was
I don't even remember who was even
Our World Series last year was pretty predictable.
Texas A&M.
You expected A&M, you expected FSU, you expected Tennessee.
Yeah.
But to this in the same thing we were saying, LSU got pretty cold around the SEC tournament.
Yeah.
They went down big to South Carolina.
Yeah, I remember
Hit a
watching that
walk-off,
game.
and then lost to Tennessee in the SEC tournament. So,
Shout out.
they got cold, which was they ended up losing to UNC in the
Shout out
when they were
Honeycutt.
there.
Honeycutt was a dog.
Honeycutt was a dog. See, now that I feel like UNC was one of those teams that kind of got hot, and I didn't expect them to be. I mean, obviously you had guys like Vance that were. They're gonna be solid ball players, but kind of like not. Are they good enough to bring their team to the College World Series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like, I don't. What movie is this?
Oh my god! What?
I have no clue what this is. It said a Happy Madison production, so it's Adam Sandler. Oh, The Longest Yard.
Oh, this movie's out of pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey. Well, things just swiftly transitioned. All glory to God. Jonas asked what our favorite movies were.
Oh, right.
God, I don't know if I have one.
I have a pretty clear cut one. I could give you 4, but I'll give you my favorite.
Okay. Well, you want to go genre, or are you just gonna spit them all off?
I'll just spit them all off.
Yeah.
Batman Dark Knight, that's 4. La La Land 2. What's my second one? I'll just give you top 3 then. So, Batman Dark Knight 3, La La Land 2, 7 with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman 1.
That's solid.
It's
That's
the
solid.
greatest movie of all time.
I love it.
And a lot of people say Godfather, all that. 7's the greatest movie of all time in my heart. It's really good.
I love it. Cohen, you got some answers for me?
Yeah, I mean, I'm more of like a old soul, I guess, when it comes to like movies. So like, I love Lonesome Dove.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Solid movie. I don't know if y'all, 8 Seconds.
Yeah,
Yep,
absolutely.
Love that movie. Those are probably like my top 2 I can think of. But I like growing up, I'd watch westerns with John Wayne and stuff. So I like those movies.
I remember I looked it on my
so,
app.
But yeah, I like old westerns, movies, stuff like that.
So,
But Lonesome Dove and 8 Seconds probably top 2.
what's 8 Seconds? I've never heard
It's
of
about
that.
Lane Frost,
It's about Lane
the bull
Frost.
rider.
Oh,
We need to
Fire.
watch it. Good movie.
We should watch it.
That's
It's
awesome.
a fire
How
movie.
about you, Tom?
So I'll give you my answer that's gonna please people. Like, that's not gonna be like, are you serious? That's actually your favorite movie.
Mm-hmm.
Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah, it's fire.
That's just one of those movies. It's like that's a really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's a solid idea.
Yeah.
Will Smith did great. That's his.
Mhm.
I mean, his kid played.
Yeah.
It was Jaden. Huh?
Yeah,
Jaden played it.
Yeah.
I've watched that one a lot. Like, that's one I can go back to, and
Mhm.
I don't get tired of watching it. It's just a solid movie. So that's my serious answer. Now I'm a comedy fan, pretty across the board. I think you got Talladega Nights, fantastic. Step Brothers, fantastic. You got Tommy Boy, just some of those older Chris Farley movies. I'm big fans of.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills Ninja,
Yeah.
just funny, just stupid.
I remember
movies,
me and Jonas, we were playing UFC 4 or something, and I remember you were laying in my bed behind us while we were playing on the PlayStation, and you were watching what was one
Tommy
of
Boy.
yeah, you were watching Tommy
Yeah.
Boy, and you were dying laughing, and that was the first time you watched it, I think.
Dude, that is that's one of my all-time favorite movies. It's a
Yeah.
super quotable movie. I like those
Yeah.
movies because they're quotable.
Yeah.
You can quote Talladega Nights all day
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can quote Step Brothers all day
The
long.
first time, my parents don't know this. This is the first time you're finding this out. First time I watched Talladega Nights was with I'm gonna just say Leighton. We were on our way to go play our first football game of my junior year, or not junior, my freshman year, or no, sophomore year. We were on our way on our first game. We got like a charter bus because it was like in Charleston, like 2 hours away from where we lived. And he was like, "Have you ever watched Talladega Nights?" And I was like, "Nah, bro." I was like, "I've never seen it." He was like, "We're gonna have to watch it." So we watched Talladega Nights on the way to our football game, and it forever changed my life.
It's a solid movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
4 ounce. What is it? 5 ounce
6
pound.
golden fleece diaper, baby.
Jesus.
That's yeah, that's I'm more of a comedy guy. Now, this is what I was gonna say. I was like having a brain fart for a second. Now my favorite, like one of my favorite movies is probably Cars 2.
Yeah, Cars
Yeah.
2. It's my
We
favorite.
were talking
kids
about that
movie.
the other day.
Yeah.
No, so I would say like I would go Cars, Despicable Me,
Yeah.
like
Let's make sure that mic's a little closer. There we go.
Cars, Despicable Me. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like there's some of those that are like fantastic movies. The Incredibles.
Yeah.
I'm big Cars fan. Like Cars 1 and 2 were like my go-tos when I was little, and my mom, like I was a big Happy Feet.
Oh yeah.
And like my mom reminds me like every time, she's like, "Your favorite movie was Happy Feet when you were a little kid," and it was. I had
Yep.
I had a little
sure.
figure. I had the main guy. I haven't watched it in so long. I don't even know his name, but the main penguin. I had him as like a stuffed animal thing, but it would move, like it would rock, like
Heck
to
yeah.
music. It was fire.
Those early Disney movies of any kind, whether it was animated or otherwise,
Mhm.
was always fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a stretch where like Pixar, Disney was
Mhm.
like
Just
top,
bangers.
like you.
Yeah,
it was
they
just
were.
banger after
Yeah.
It
banger.
was.
And then even as you get older, like I have 2 kids
Yeah.
now, you get into that, you're like, I'm going to the movies with my kids because
Yeah.
they want to see it, but so do I.
yeah.
Right.
Like it's going to
Yeah.
be so good. Now let me throw an old school movie out there to you. This is not like my top 5, but it is an honorable mention.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to bring it up because I think it's an interesting movie that y'all probably haven't seen.
Okay.
It's a Will Smith movie. Will Smith used to be one of my favorite actors
Mm-hmm.
before he slapped the crap out of Chris Rock.
Right.
Shout out Chris Rock.
Shout out
They
Chris
went
Rock.
they
Okay.
went a little wild.
Went,
Yeah,
a
they
little,
did.
went a little wild. He's married to a Jezebel. It's fine. We'll talk about that later. Will Smith.
The Antichrist.
This is, that's right.
Shonda.
This is a mid-2000s film that he did. I, Robot.
Oh yeah.
iRobot
I've seen
No,
like
yeah.
clips
was
of
a banger
Yeah.
back
I
in
don't
the
know.
day.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I don't know if I've
So
seen it, but
good.
I've heard of it.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
And it's so like, if you watch it now, it's almost like one of those prophetic things where you're
Yeah.
like AI,
Yeah.
robots,
Heck
the world
yeah.
being like,
Yeah.
you even look at it and you're like, my God, that's borderline like Tesla stuff right there.
Yeah,
It's
and
crazy.
he like
Mm.
that movie. He releases a lot of movies about like robots. I
A
feel
ton.
like he did one where it was I watched it with my family when it came out. It was the one where he was like basically a clone of himself, and
Gemini Man. I
yeah,
think.
Gemini
Yep.
Man. Yeah, I watched that one.
Again, Will Smith used to be one of the goats.
Yeah,
And that iRobot was one that wasn't really like praised, didn't
Mhm.
have a big budget.
yeah,
But I remember watching, I think it was released in 2004.
Mhm.
Such a great movie. Another, I agree with Dark Knight. Heath Ledger's Joker was one of my
So
favorite
good.
portrayals, R.I.P.
yeah,
And then one of my favorite like old school comedies, we were talking about stuff taking it back. Those Rush Hour films
I've
used
never
to
seen a
make
Rush
me
Hour film.
cry laughing.
Yeah.
Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker, like Rush Hours 1, 2, and
Yeah.
3. I could watch them over and over again.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, those Bad Boys were solid. So that was some Will Smith stuff.
mm-hmm.
Those are really, really funny. Yeah, those are really, really funny. How much time are we at, Tay?
We're at 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Cool. So I got another question. Wait, I didn't ask the concert question, did I?
Mm-mm.
So we got another question from Aunt Des, and then I think we can talk about this one for a little bit, and then we can probably try to wrap this episode up. But she just asked, what's our favorite concert you've been to and why? I'll let you start on this one, Cohen.
I really haven't been to that many concerts, but my favorite, gosh, that's hard. I've been to 2 George Strait concerts, and one of them was with Eric Church, and that was good.
Come on.
That was in Atlanta. And then
To
but
this day, I hear that song.
See you
standing there all night long.
Discount
Shades
shades,
still
still
bright.
tight.
Alright. Anyways, start playing Springsteen. The other George Strait song was with Chris Stapleton, and that was good.
Yeah.
Concert. George
Yeah.
Strait concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said
Yeah.
song. It's all
Oh,
good.
my fault. Song, concert. I was thinking of Springsteen.
Yeah.
But probably my favorite was George Strait and Eric Church.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's
I saw
solid.
Eric Church live. He's a
Yeah, he's good.
freaking concert.
Yeah, that was
Where'd
good.
you see him at?
Atlanta,
Mhm.
down in the
Fire.
pit. It
Fire.
was fire.
Johan, let me hear it.
I'm probably been to the fewest in this room. I've only been to 2 real artists concert, 1 multiple time. That's Parker McCollum, and then went to Hudson Westbrook here during Mardi Gras this year. But shout out Winterfest. Went to that way back in the day.
Was it Winter Jam?
Winter Jam, yeah, Winter Jam.
Who was headlining?
I think that was Andy Mineo. Andy Mineo was the main one, I think, that year. And I forget who was like the other person. Like,
Crowder.
no, I think it was like I think it made
Newsboys.
Yeah, I don't know who's it. It was Newsboys.
That's what I'm
It
talking
was
about.
with the
Newsboys.
freaking twirling
Yes.
drum set.
Yes.
Newsboys was my no joke, my jam.
Yeah.
Like before I could listen to like music that's not of the Lord, which we all know music every
Yeah.
all the secular and
we're
whatever.
past that.
We're past that, but back in the day when I couldn't and I was
And you were-
jamming
and
to
yeah, you're on the way to soccer practice and you're like, God's not dead.
Yeah.
He's surely
Yeah, I'm listening
alive.
to
He's
Andy Mineo.
living on the inside. And you were like, oh my God. And it was that album cover with the cat. The cat had the
Yeah.
newspaper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. God,
He was trying to hand
fire.
out newspapers. It was
Remember
in black
those-
and white. It was
Yeah.
like, what are we doing?
I used
Remember
to watch
those
those
Not
music-
Dead movies.
Yes,
They made
yes,
that
and
too.
they were in them, and you're just like, and I
And
forget.
they
were
ended up
killing
going to a
it.
Yeah.
concert or something
were-
in the movie.
And then Christian movies, the banger movies with that one dude, like that one film company that made like 4 of them.
Facing the Giants.
Yeah,
and
Facing-
all,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. What's
The
that guy's
Lost
name?
Medallion. Did y'all ever see that one?
The last what?
The Lost Medallion.
Uh-uh.
Same guy. So the coach from Facing,
Yeah,
he was
God, I used to love that movie.
he
Facing
was
the
in
Giants
that
growing up.
movie. It's same
It's a fire
same group.
movie.
Alex Kendrick was a director. He was
Yeah.
like him and his brother, the Kendrick brothers.
yeah,
Did he
and
get-
wasn't
yeah.
he like the main guy too?
Yeah, he was the main
Yeah,
coach.
yeah.
So that was like the Kendrick brothers before the
Yeah.
Russo brothers.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
Let me
Russo
see-
brothers, Marvel, ain't got nothing on
Yeah.
the Kendrick.
Let me
Yeah.
see.
Nothing.
What's the cat's name that was the coach in Facing the Giants? Like
That's him. That's him.
That's him.
Yeah, Alex Kendrick.
He
Okay.
directed like all the movies too.
So he was okay. So he also directed this movie called The Lost Medallion,
Uh-huh.
and he was in the movie. They're in an orphanage,
Mhm.
and he is maybe he's a football coach.
Yeah.
In that. But
Let's look it up.
moral of the story: the guy comes by the orphanage to
Yeah.
drop off some fruit or something,
Yeah.
and the kids ask him to stay and tell a story,
Oh yeah.
and he's telling a fake story, and he's
About
pulling-
facing the Giants.
he's like, revival broke out in this school.
yeah.
But no, he's like, he's trying to make this girl that's very shy fit
Yeah.
in, and he's trying to make this bully kid seem like an absolute.
The Lost
Yeah.
Medallion came out in 2013.
Yes, sir.
And Alex Kendrick's character was named Daniel.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
So Daniel's
Shout out
telling a story.
4.9 stars
Yeah,
on
shout out.
IMDb.
Yeah.
Daniel's telling a story. It's a horrible movie. I mean, like genuinely. I mean, there's no way they spent $1 million on it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if we can. Anyways,
Yeah.
it's actually a really cool movie.
Yeah.
$2.5 million budget.
Bang baby, that's what
Wow.
I'm talking about. But he is telling a story to these kids, and he's trying to make this one girl fit in. He's trying to make this bully realize that he's in the wrong, but as he's telling the story, it becomes the movie, and it's about this kid that is like this samurai dude buries this magical medallion, and the kid like ends up finding the medallion,
That's
and it's
crazy.
like they're like
he's
he's trying to.
yeah,
There's people trying to get this medallion
Mhm.
from him, and it kind of it teaches lessons on like
Right.
it teaches lessons on like this kid was the bully,
Mhm.
and he didn't realize what this girl had because he was treating her so
okay,
poorly.
okay,
So
okay.
this like tyrant guy
Yeah.
with this long fingernail
Mhm.
that he would dip in hot wax and kill people with it.
What
Wow.
the heck?
I
It's
don't
like the Christian Indiana
Yeah,
Jones.
yeah,
It's literally
so bad.
like a
That's what I was
intense.
just thinking.
It's legit like this dude's got a long fingernail
Yeah.
that he dips in hot wax,
Mhm.
and he would stick it in their neck. It
That's
would kill them, and they would
crazy.
fall in a snake pit.
No, that's
And it
wicked.
happened
Yeah,
often
that's
throughout the movie.
Indiana Jones.
But anyways, in the movie, the kid's dad is an architect, and they're trying to build. Anyways, and he has this magical. They're looking for this magical medallion.
Mm-hmm.
His dad is like an architect or archaeologist.
There you
Like
go.
he's that's on
There
me.
you go.
He's digging, looking for this medallion.
Yeah.
Like his life goal is to find this medallion.
Yeah.
And like the kid has the thing, I think.
That's crazy.
Anyways, that's the movie I've watched the most in my life. We had It, Storks, and
Yeah.
Cars, and the Ninja Turtles, the live action one, which
Yeah.
said damn a couple times, so we
Yeah.
didn't get to watch it anymore.
Yeah.
We had that in my mom's car, and we were driving to Chattanooga every weekend for these services. So we watched The Lost Medallion. I've probably seen it well over 100 times.
No,
Like, genuinely.
Those movies bangers. Facing the Giants.
Yeah.
There was the one about the cops, about the guy who
I was
did
watching
you-
that the
Courageous.
other night.
the cops
The-
one.
Yeah. What's it
Courageous,
called?
baby.
Courageous.
Courageous,
Everybody
and
knows
then
cops don't come on till 4.
listen. This one's a sleeper one. The one about the firefighters. That one's fire.
Fireproof?
Yep, fireproof.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Man.
Classic.
What about the one where the chick like fell in the tree and
Honestly,
died?
hold on. Let's
Wait, in the
let's
middle
get
of
him
the
on the
tree?
pod. Let's see if
Alex
we can
Kendrick?
You think
yeah,
we can
let's
get
how
Alex
old is
Kendrick
he?
on the
Come on,
podcast?
get on.
Dude, that would be
We're ready.
that'd be fire.
Dude,
How old
but
is
do you remember the one where so you remember they went on that little streak? It was like the one kid passed away and he went to heaven.
Yeah,
and then he
heaven
came
is
back.
for real.
Oh yeah,
Heaven
yeah,
is
yeah,
real.
Yeah.
But then we have the one where the girl falls into
Falls
the
in the
tree.
middle of the tree.
yeah.
No, she got sick or something, and then she fell in the tree, and it made her better or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
don't know.
it was.
All those
I
movies
couldn't
were-
tell you what it was called.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch Facing the Giants tonight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
find it and I'm gonna watch it.
I don't
Now,
know.
I will give them credit. From Facing the Giants to even like the film Courageous, their stuff got a lot better.
Right, right,
like
right.
the acting got better, the
Yeah.
shots got better. The
Mhm.
so
You
like
gotta
'cause
start somewhere.
You do, and I totally respect the hustle.
Yeah.
But it's like the ones in between. It's kind of like growing your
Yeah.
hair out.
Yeah.
That in between stage
Yeah.
sucks, and you
Yeah.
look ridiculous.
He always had
Yeah.
the
But once you do, you're
talking
great
about hair. He had the same like
Yeah,
hairline,
haircut.
the
Yeah.
haircut
because
in
that's how
all the
he
movies.
actually looks.
Yeah, yeah.
like
That was
he's
just
not
him.
attempting to.
He
Yes,
wore
just
the-
him.
He was
He
just
wore the
his-
red
he was
polo
just
and
getting out
everything.
there.
Yes,
yeah,
the
he was
red
just
polo
getting
and
out there and what
He
he
wore
was,
a generic red polo.
that's a
and everything.
freaking BCG Academy special polo, and
Yeah.
he's got it.
Listen, it would fire me up though. Like no joke, fire me up before Pee Wee games, like Pee Wee football games. Turn on Facing the Giants. That scene where they have to get on the back
yeah.
and crawl the length of the
Yeah.
field, and he's
Dang.
like, "Give me one more, give me one more."
That's
give me
bring
one
back
more.
Nostalgia. I used to
Dude,
watch that all the
Fire
time when I was
me
little.
up.
What about do y'all remember the one War Room?
Yeah, War
about
Room.
the prayer room?
Now
Classic.
shout out on that one. I
That
got
was
a
a
little.
book,
I
wasn't
got a little insider on that one.
Oh.
So there's these two guys in North Carolina that we knew. Their dad was like the head of a religious organization. He wasn't like super well known, but the Benham brothers. They're two guys
Yep.
in North Carolina. They are very wealthy. They became wealthy like back in the mid 2000s doing like flipping houses.
Yeah.
And they got involved in the war room because a lot of the war room was shot in Concord,
Oh, I
Okay.
didn't know
North
that.
Carolina, like
Uh-huh.
in the Charlotte area. Shout
Yeah.
out where I'm from.
Okay.
Shout out.
So, like, that's where like they did a lot of the shoot. The Benham brothers are in the movie, and
Okay.
they've been in another couple
Yeah.
of the movies after that.
Wow.
So a little local
Let's
tie
get them
there.
on the pod.
Yeah. That's,
I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but you know what I'm saying.
yeah.
If we can get, listen,
I think
if anyone's listening to this that can put some work in for us as well as we'll put some work in, Let's get Alex Kendrick.
Dude, that
on
was
Chewin The
dream
Fat.
guest.
Dude, the new board comes in Wednesday, and we can start doing calls.
Yeah, I'm so
Like
down.
we can have call-in sessions,
Yeah.
like during. Like
Wow.
it's easy.
Hey, seriously, we might, on a completely other note, we might start doing where y'all can call in. You know,
Fire.
like how Theo
Yeah.
does. Is that what you think? Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it would be one of those things where you just like one of your phones, you connect to it,
Yep.
we Bluetooth to it, and then just during the
Or
pod,
what
like
I like
bam.
what Theo and them do, which might be more manageable for us, is they have a call in throughout the week, and then they take those calls and pick the best
That's a good
ones
one.
and
Yeah.
talk about
What
them.
you
Yeah.
could do is tell people to do at that point do a voice memo,
Right, right.
and then remember on that new board it has those little squares. Remember little hot
Oh,
keys?
yeah.
Yeah.
You could
And I
hot
can
shot it.
preload those recorded
Yeah.
and go like, hey, bam. All right, let's listen to Maddie's take on
Yeah.
this. Bam, hit the button, and there it is.
Yeah,
That would
that's
be
fire.
nice.
So that
All right.
that fires us up.
Food for
We'll
thought.
take that as a good like spin onto like just saying how like we're super excited about what's coming for the podcast.
Mhm.
For sure.
Like we're just fired up. Hopefully we're gonna have video for y'all
Mhm.
this week. We're just having we're having the best time with it.
Yeah.
We have a couple ideas on our next two guests,
Mhm.
but we've said this before, and like we're serious about it. If you're listening to this,
Mhm.
like seriously, and there's someone that you would like to hear us interview,
Mhm.
send us their name. Like
Yeah.
we'll reach out to people. We only have a couple guests in our minds that we're like set on interviewing.
True.
If you have any ideas of people we don't even know, you're like, hey,
Mhm.
dude, go interview the manager at the Waffle House in Tillman's Corner.
Mhm.
I'll go get the freaking manager at Waffle House to come do. Like,
Yeah.
you want me to go get somebody that works the night shift at a gas station and tell crazy stories, whatever. Like, y'all,
Yeah, for sure.
seriously, like, those were all, like, sarcastic, joking ideas. but-
Yeah.
But, like, you know what I'm
That
saying?
would be cool though.
Like, give us some ideas on who we should interview, and we'll actually, like, we'll use it. We'll take it to, we'll debate it with each other. Like, we'll come up with a decision. We won't
Mhm.
ignore what y'all are saying and commenting.
Mhm.
But, yeah.
Shout out the hats one more time, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously.
Cowboy hat. Let
Cowboy-
those go put in the
Cowboy
code.
Revolution.
Go to cowboyrevolution.com. Use capital C Chewin No G The Fat 15.
Mhm.
It's in our bio in our Instagram. If you need the actual code, we're
Yep.
gonna be promoting it all the time on our Instagram. We're gonna try to promote it every video.
Mhm.
Help yourself out. Get yourself a cool hat.
Yep.
Some of y'all need to step the hat game up a little
And
bit.
some of y'all are balding. Hop on the hat game.
Hop on the hat game. I know a couple fellas. They've straight up just said, "Hey, we're gonna be hat guys. It's good to be a hat guy.
Yep.
Get you a cool looking hat.
Mhm.
You need the hat game has in the world. Hats have changed recently.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting there's levels to it now.
Yep. There is.
So go on their website, check some of their stuff out. There's probably gonna be something you're gonna be into if you're outdoorsy. If you're into golf, they've got some hats that don't fall into either of those categories that are
Yep.
just cool looking.
They are.
Go check them out. Get 15% off. Help us out a little bit. Help Cowboy Revolution out a little bit.
For sure.
You know, let's we like what we have going with them, so we want to keep everybody. We want to keep y'all happy.
Mhm.
It keeps us happy. Keeps them happy. Everybody's
Yeah.
happy.
For
Mhm.
sure.
So just at least go look at the website and give it a little gander and
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
help us out a little bit.
Yep. And to wrap
Yeah.
it up, just make sure y'all drop a like if you're all on YouTube. Drop a like on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You can comment on all those platforms. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah.
Follow the podcast on
Yeah.
Apple and Spotify, and
Go follow the Instagram.
follow the
Yeah, follow our
Instagram.
Instagram. You're gonna find us everywhere at Chewin The Fat. No
Yeah.
G.
Chewin the Fat
Um,
No G.
Yeah. Hopefully, like I said, there should be video this week. We'll keep you updated on the socials about that.
Mm-hmm.
If that happens, it's going to be a lot easier for us to get clips out to you. We're going to be keeping shorts rolling out.
Yeah.
Shorts on the YouTube, reels on the Instagram. We're going to get a TikTok rolling, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be putting stuff out there to try to help us grow. So if you see us post anything on Instagram or if you want to post, like if you watch us on YouTube or you watch us on Spotify, Apple, wherever, give us a repost. Put us out there on your socials. There's,
Yep.
help us connect with more people. And like, this, we didn't get super deep on this episode, but if we have a conversation with someone, you're like, man, my friend could really use this. Like that you're even just, somebody that just is going to want to listen to us be a bunch of idiots. Go ahead and tell your friends about it. Post it on your Instagram story, like whatever. So,
for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. So thank y'all for listening and hopefully watching.
Yeah.
And make sure you let us know who you want to have on next, and then we'll see y'all next week. I'm sure.
Catch y'all on the next one.
Boys, it was fun. So
enjoyed it.
Taylor, thank you.
Yep. T Ford.
Shout
Shouts
out.
out.
Shout out.
All right, guys.
Peace out.